Ohio State's nightmare scenario, Chris. We've been doing previews. We've been going through rosters. We've been going over scheduling. There is a scenario out there, guys, that quite frankly is keeping me up at night. It is scaring me to death. And I know it's not what you all think, but it very well could happen.
Does this
Um,
involve the potential third best team in the Big Ten, Eric?
yes, it
That's what I figured.
absolutely does. I don't think they're the third best team in the Big Ten, but let me
They'll have
explain
the
what
third best record.
let me explain what this nightmare scenario is here real fast. And 419, I see you on there, so we're going to go to you here shortly after I talk about this nightmare scenario, and hopefully the phone lines will be working. That's Sean on the line. So thank you, Sean, for calling in. We'll come to you here shortly. Ohio State does not have an easy conference schedule. We go to Eugene, Oregon. In this nightmare scenario, let's say we lose a close game to the Ducks, and Oregon runs the table and goes 12-0 during the regular season. Even if we beat the Wolverines at the end of the year, okay? And we're 11-1 and 8-1 in the Big 10.
There's another potential 12-0 team.
I want you all to look at this schedule with me. I didn't get to this last week when I broke this out, and everybody laughed at me. This is Rutgers' schedule this season. As I go through this schedule, Chris, I want you to tell me how many auto W's are on here. Howard,
Yes.
Akron,
Yes.
Virginia Tech,
I think yes.
Washington at home,
Likely.
at Nebraska,
That one could be a tough one, depending on how Dylan Rayo was playing.
versus Wisconsin at home,
That one,
at home,
I really love Wisconsin, but that is not going to be an easy trip for the Badgers.
UCLA,
Win.
at USC.
I think a lot of it depends on the kind of play we see out of the quarterback and what their offensive line can do.
I think this is a Friday night game, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a USC
I
team that has
tend
no
to
defense.
that's the thing. They have no defense, and you're facing one of the best running backs in the Big Ten, and a team that's got a quarterback that can actually put the ball in the air now.
All right. If they make it through the Nebraska, Wisconsin, USC games, which I think they very well could, here's how
They
their
run the
schedule
table.
ends: home against Minnesota, Chris.
Home against Minnesota is a win. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
At Maryland, who's god awful this year.
They're not going to be good. That's a win.
Home against Illinois,
I'll tell you, I wish that one was on the road because I think Birdie could give them a run on the road, but I don't think they can go into Rutgers and win.
at Michigan State.
That's a win. I'll tell you right now, if they get through Nebraska, Wisconsin, and USC, this team's undefeated. And we talked about that scenario the other night a little bit, the potential for it.
Uh,
I think it's likely that he takes one loss somewhere in there, but I, and I say that strictly because it is so hard to run the table in the Big Ten these days. I think you have to have an exceptional group and a lot of luck to run the table. However, I will say this: a very soft schedule and a pretty good group and a little bit of luck could go a long way.
Troy does bring up a good. I have thought about this, Troy. Illinois is an oddball team.
They
They
are.
win games they shouldn't and lose to teams they should. They got blown out by Purdue last year, and then I mean, look at what they've done against the team up north. So, um, I'm just straight up telling you guys, this is something. Troy's really concerned for me. Eric, there's enough stuff in the world to keep you up at night. Don't let Rutgers be your boogeyman. It's Rutgers. Did you see the picture that I all made of the boogeyman though?
That's a pretty good boogeyman picture.
Ryan Day's beard. All right, speak to me, Ryan Day's beard. If Rutgers wins 11 or 12 games, I'll roll if it's Ohio State and Rutgers for the Big Ten title. I did think of that scenario, Ryan.
Yes,
Like,
if they go into Eugene and win, that's a possibility as well.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think I'm? Do you think I'm? It's Rutgers, and you should just chill out, Eric, or do you think like I am, and you see it, Chris? Like it. This is like that. That
That
is.
is a schedule
They
so
avoid.
soft.
Listen,
Yeah,
they avoid Penn State, team up north, us, Oregon. They avoid all four of us. The traditional and the new top four teams in the conference. They avoid all of them.
yeah, really. I mean, you look at that schedule. I think the toughest game on that schedule has got to be at USC. That has got to be the toughest game on that schedule. And I don't know how tough that schedule is because, like you said, Eric, they don't play defense.
I know.
They
I
don't
know.
play defense, and they lost some things last year. I'm not sure how good the offense is going to be. I got a lot of confidence in that young quarterback. I think that young quarterback is going to be a decent baller, but he's got to have the tools around him. He's got to be able to stay upright. I just it, it's
Ryan Day's Beard's feeling it now. Listen to this. Just when we thought we would get away from we would get the intriguing matchup and get away from the Iowas of the world. Here comes Rutgers trying to throw in a monkey wrench.
and what's I'm going to put on your foil hat here, Eric.
Yeah.
I wonder if that wasn't the Big Ten's intention in that schedule. They see.
What?
I'm just saying, you know, just get somebody different in there, but they don't want somebody who's gonna. That can you imagine that? Imagine being.
You you
Wait a
guys are funny, man.
minute, imagine being, one of these teams that catches Rutgers in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. Colton
Better
Weaver
yet, what if you're the team that has to come and face Rutgers in the first round of the playoffs?
didn't they get a Minnesota transfer? Yeah, which is
Yeah,
my point.
he
They
can
can
actually throw the
actually throw
ball.
the football this year. Like they almost beat us last year and they couldn't even throw the football.
And this is a team that's going to have a very, very solid defense. We talked about it. They got one of the best linebackers in the Big Ten. Uh, I mean, just
What
a
if?
good
Here's
offense.
another. Just think about this for a minute. Let's say the NCAA doesn't come down on the team up north before the season starts, but Rutgers gets in the playoffs and they don't in the first year.
I will be
Can you
rolling.
imagine?
I will be rolling on the ground laughing. I
Oh
might
my
so. No,
gosh.
I was gonna say I might celebrate that more, but I don't think
How
so.
about this scenario? Rutgers gets a home bye, and let's say Notre Dame goes 10-2, but gets in the playoffs, and they got to go to Piscataway, New Jersey, to take on Rutgers in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh, I want to.
John,
Be, I was gonna say I want to be listening to Kennedy when that one comes out.
oh my gosh, I can't believe it. All right, let's get to the phone